That's Blake Lively. I see her there standing tall. It was a night of gilded glamour at the annual Met Gala last night, one of the biggest nights in fashion. So we had to invite one of the biggest names in style to break down one of the looks. He is George Brescia joining us with a list of who's hot and who's not from last night's red carpet. George, good to see you.
Hello.
Oh, good to see you both. What an amazing night it was last night. I mean, everybody just brought their A game. They stayed on theme. But what was really cool was they gave their own sense of style within the theme. So last night was part of a two-part retrospective at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And what the Met Gala really did was, last night was the Gilded Age, and on the invitation, it said white tie. So it was all about the most extravagant style we've seen in this country, and really referencing history, and also referencing how style can really inform your life. So it was just an amazing night.
Okay.
Well, I have to say, so I love this night. It is, it's like the World Series for me, in part because I am not a fashionista. I wish I were. So I'm looking to these people to guide me. I don't know that that's necessarily what I would wear to work or to go down the street, but, you know, a girl can dream, especially when I saw Blake Lively. Admittedly, I was confused.
Well, it was all inspirational, right? The whole night is inspirational. It's theatrical. And look at Blake Lively. She's wearing Versace Atelier, and everything is bronze and brown. And then she does this amazing reveal, because it's all about the Statue of Liberty, how it oxidizes and then turns into that gorgeous green that we see. So the bow comes down and it becomes this beautiful train of the celestial map, like the one that we see on the top of the ceiling at Grand Central Station. The gloves come off with the green gloves to match. Everything is hand done, Atelier Versace, and she looks absolutely stunning, just gorgeous. She and Ryan, of course, are co-chairs of the event.
Well, and speaking of, you know, because Ryan, I love a good tuxedo.
Oh yeah.
And so he pulled this one. It was very nice with the little pocket watch.
So this is like very period. This is Ralph Lauren velvet. Of course, like the invitation said, white tie. So he came dressed to the T. They were the power couple of the night. Of course, she's also got the tiara in her hair. I mean, the two of them are just royalty.
I mean, the two of them could wear bed sheets and they would, I mean, seriously.
They're so genetically blessed. You know, George, you probably don't know this, but in homage to Blake, Manna here wore his Constellation socks.
I did. I wore
because
Constellation
he wanted
socks,
to. He didn't get an invitation this year.
Right.
So that was his way
it's
of.
all in the subtleties. It's all in the details. You know, I love it. Good for you.
And George wore full Ralph Lauren.
This is. I mean, you
did.
clean up, George.
Hey, listen, I pulled the clothes out of the archives. Ralph Lauren was just an amazing designer to work for, and that's where I learned everything I know.
So I want to talk about Sarah Jessica Parker, George, because she, some would say she always gets it right. You seem to be a fan of this one. I gotta admit, I don't know. I was not so sure about this.
Are you kidding me?
I mean,
but I have perfection.
I know
Absolute perfection. This is absolutely gorgeous. Christopher John Rogers is the designer. She is so period. Philip Tracy, she has a wonderful relationship, and she always wears his hats. This hat is all hand done by Philip Tracy. And then she did the most gorgeous Fred Leighton jewels, and she just looks magnificent. She hasn't been to the Met Gala since 2018, so to have her back on the carpet, I mean, this is just style, fashion, glamour, modern, cool.
I mean, I don't know what I'm talking. You're the pro, I'm not.
He's the pro, but also, George, did you say that this was all hand done?
Yeah, it's just amazing. The hours that go into these outfits, it's unbelievable. And it's just like, you can see, and the fact that there's like an ombre plaid here, I mean, and the corset, it just references everything. But she could literally, you know, take that corset, take off that skirt, and do like a pair of like straight leg trousers with it and walk down the street. She would on Sex and the City and look amazing.
Exactly. Speaking of the trouser, it was part of the sexy looks that we saw, the corsets, all that sort of business. Who were some of your favorites?
So I also loved Shawn Mendes. I thought, like, you know, for the men, he looked great. He wore Tommy Hilfiger. And Tommy always does a table and comes to the Met Gala. He came with his wife last night in a velvet tuxedo, and she was all in gold. But Shawn Mendes looked incredible. He wore this pea coat that was wine and navy, and then had this very sleek suit on. He's had his nails painted. Like, it just looked really cool and modern, all from upcycled fashion, which is when you take sort of discarded pieces and older pieces and then make them into new ones. And
I thought that was a very good look. I know we're not showing it. There it is.
He is.
I thought this was fantastic. I would wear this.
You would try to wear it.
Amazing. Tommy, classic, you know, American designer, but still looking modern and cool. He's so handsome. And then the suit underneath is just fabulous.
And who did his
really
Manny?
You think I can pull it off?
Yeah, there we go. Look at that. You know, with the side closure. I mean, he's with the collar up. It's super fitted, which is what's so important in a man's suit. You know, and then of course that satin lapel, and he just looks stunning.
Yeah.
He really.
And then there was Kim Kardashian as well. By the way, that was great. I like that overcoat, really.
Yeah.
I want to
With
buy
the
that
side
for
situation.
for winter.
Yeah.
How much is that? A couple dollars?
Kim Kardashian. I mean, this
the
girl-
original.
So listen, you don't even know what went into this is It's outrageous. That's Chloe.
Not Kim.
Chloe.
That's
Chloe.
Chloe.
And Chloe's wearing this, you know, that was Jeremy Scott, who was also there and did a table. Gorgeous. But Kim came in the original Marilyn Monroe dress. She tried to do a fitting. She couldn't fit into the dress. Obviously, they weren't going to alter it. So she went and lost weight, went on a major diet to get into this original dress. Ripley's had it, believe it or not, Museum had it. She got dressed at the Met in a room with the temperature controlled, with security guards, like what went into this. And the whole Marilyn Monroe, she looks insane. And then, of course, her mother, Kris Jenner, wore something sort of Jackie-esque, right, with her hair flipped up and that one shoulder yellow. But Kim just looks amazing. And of course, Kim and Pete on the carpet, again, second carpet from the White House Correspondents' Dinner to this event. Really, they are becoming the couple, you know, to be seen.
Well, I think you and I should become the couple to be seen.
Yes, why not? Absolutely. I'll dress you both.
And then she changed into like a replica, right? I mean,
yes. Well, she didn't want to sit
they had three replicas. Because they didn't want to sit in it. They didn't want to have her in it for too long. I mean, every move that she made was monitored by so many different people. It was insane. But she wanted to go for it. And there it is, referencing a particular part in history, which is why she chose that dress.
Very interesting.
George, we could talk for days and days. We just barely scratched the surface, but sadly, we're out of time.
We're out of time.
Oh my God, you guys, we barely hit any of it. But you know what? There was so much there. There's so much detail. And you can't just talk about a dress without telling all of the cool things that go into it. So that's just the highlight, ladies and gentlemen.
Can we do one more or we have no time? Can we do Alicia Keys real quick? Alicia Keys. Just Alicia Keys.
Okay, Alicia Keys and her husband, Ralph Lauren, beaded gown, referencing the New York City.
This is why I like this one.
540,000 beads in that dress.
Wow.
Also silver foil, Duchess satin cape. Her husband, gorgeous, wore with the New York Yankees jacket and hat. But all Ralph Lauren, the both of them, American designer, they looked amazing.
Cool?
Super cool.
It's just very New York. I just love this whole thing. Both of them. The whole look.
They can do no wrong.
They really can. I mean, Alicia Keys, stunning.
Fabulous.
George, we love you. Thank you for being here, George.
I love you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
All right.
So fun.
10:22, everybody.